A couple of days ago, I was in somebody's waiting room and I was held hostage by the flat screen TV. And they had a kids program on. And, it was the top of the hour. So I actually got to sit down and watch the whole show, 30-minute show. I'm not going to say the program it was, that's not important. But the theme of the program was celebration. Celebrating people's birthday, celebrating people in history, celebrating events like Christmas, Easter, Halloween, Thanksgiving. They even talked about Hanukkah, celebrating the Chinese New Year because one of the themes of the show they were making a dragon. They was making a Chinese New Year's dragon. And I sat there and I watched the show and I noticed something through this whole 30-minute show that they did not mention one thing about blackness or celebrating blackness. No person name. You would have thought they would have threw him an LMK, but no. No mention of no Kwanzaa. No mention of no June 10th, June 19th. And that got me to thinking. And then I realized something. What is the black spiritual experience? Okay, because black people, not even in America, worldwide, what is their spiritual experience? Okay? Now, just follow me for a minute. I know a lot of people are going to get offensive because I'm talking about spirituality and religion, wah, wah, wah. But hear me out. Okay? Now, every other culture, listen now, has a spiritual deity, some spiritual historic figure, some saint, or some demigod that looks like them. White people, mm, from Jesus to God, from the Greek Romans to Zeus to the Vikings to the saints that they hold up in esteem, they all look like them at the end of the day. Oh, well, what about the Indians? Okay, Native Americans. Same thing. There's their spirit guides. Their gods are usually animals or individuals that look like themselves. And we could go across the ocean to the other Indians in India. Every god they pray to, every deity, it's a resemblance of them and their culture. Asia, Buddha, all the noblemen they hold up in high esteem from the past, right? You could find this in any other culture except the black. Black people, let's face it, every church we go into is a white deity. It's a white saint, right? Oh, but you hear people Muslim. Well, that's the foundations of right? Which just we take over. Coming up in the days as a youngster, I've heard about one black religion experience, but it was always dignified to me, which was voodoo. Something that was practiced by blacks for blacks. Somehow, when I was growing up, this was always an evil thing to me, right? But I could find white movies where white characters said they learned the power from the old woman, aka Jamaican black woman. Even Mexicans, when you see the statue of the Virgin Mary, that it's either a Mexican woman or that's Spanish from the Spaniard culture, right? Only a couple of years ago, I learned about Ogun, a black spiritual figure. How long I've been living on this planet, and I had to learn about him 2, 3 years ago? You know? Well, I should have seeked it out. Well, no, these things need to be made public, no knowledge. But, as you can see, in the world that is controlled by white supremacy, you have no spiritual experience that relates to you. We follow everybody else's spiritual experience. We look at their deities and incorporate it onto ourselves. And the religions that are made by us for us, we don't know about them, or we look at them with disdain. So what the black spiritual experience? I hear a lot of people. I hear a lot of the Nation of Islam, and they say close your eyes, and what's the picture of Jesus you see? Of course, anybody, either you black or white, you close your eyes and you get a picture of Jesus, or God is gonna come up a white person, because that's what you've been bombarded bit since you came out the womb. But these are their gods, these are their deities, these are the ones they look upon. So this is something we as black people worldwide, not just in America, worldwide, we have to ask ourselves, what are our black spiritual experience? When you get up on Sunday, whether you go to church, mosque, or temple, who are you really praying to? Who are you really giving these sacrifices to? Who are you praying to 3 and 4 times a day? Who? Who? You cannot expect strength, some faith or hope from your enemy's God.